Sitaram, everyone, and welcome. Let us clasp our hands. Let us sit upright. Let us focus our minds on that form of God that we pray to. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvara. Om Saraswati Mahabhage Vidye Kamalalochani Vidyarupe Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamalabhyo Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
सनातन धर्म की जय। Featured speaker, Mrs. Perveen Duki, National Scholarship winner 2017 and former student of the Caroni Hindu School and Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. Principal of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ralph Peter. Virtual representative of the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 1, Caroni Education District, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon. Virtual representative of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Secretary General Sri Vijay Maharaj. Manager of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, virtually, Mr. Ramesh Biharilal. All members of staff, both virtual and physical, Caroni Hindu technical crew, listening and viewing audience worldwide, parents, graduates, Sitaram, and good afternoon. It is with great pleasure that I stand here to perform the honor of introducing our chairperson of today. She is a teacher at our school. She is always on task and always on time. She has a positive attitude towards life and plays a very important role in the lives of our students who attend Caroni Hindu School. She entered the noble profession of teaching in 2009, worked at the Don Miguel Hindu School from 2009 to 2012, obtaining a teaching scholarship from the University of Trinidad and Tobago in 2012, where she pursued her Bachelor of Education, graduated from the University of Trinidad and Tobago in 2015. She was appointed to the Caroni Hindu School in 2015. It is my privilege to introduce to you Mrs. Trisha Ramjit.
Thank you, Mrs. Radha Babulal Basteu, for that wonderful introduction. Featured speaker, Ms. Perveen Duki, National Scholarship winner 2017, and former student of the Caroni Hindu School and Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. Principal of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ralph Peter. Virtual representative of the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 1, Caroni Education District, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon. Virtual representative of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Secretary General Sri Vijay Maharaj. Manager of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, virtually Mr. Ramesh Biharilal. All members of staff, both virtually and physically, Caroni Hindu technical crew, listening and viewing audience worldwide, parents, graduates, Sitaram, and a pleasant good afternoon. Franklin Roosevelt once said, "We may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future." It is with great honor, pleasure, and privilege that I extend a most cordial welcome to you today, to this graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. I do so on behalf of the dedicated and hard-working principal and staff of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School on this momentous occasion. Let me start by extending my warmest congratulations to our students who have completed their primary level education at our noble institution and achieved success at the secondary entrance assessment examination. After all the hurdles faced during the past 7 years, particularly since the advent of the dreaded COVID-19 virus, we have now arrived at this landmark where you are being honored for your dedication and commitment. As you all continue on in your lives, take each new problem with confidence, knowing that you have achieved great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle your future. Today, I feel honored to have been given the opportunity to journey with you through this evening's program of the graduation ceremony of the Caroni Hindu School class of 2021. It is often said that education is the key to success, but behind every successful school is an effective leader. I would like to introduce to you that great and effective leader, a father-like figure to many, a strong, resilient, and courageous individual who puts his school at the forefront, and most importantly, a person that never gives up. This esteemed individual entered the teaching profession in the 1990s and worked as a teacher one until the year 2007. In 2007, he was appointed senior teacher at the Waterloo Hindu School, where he served in this post until 2008. In 2008, he was appointed the principal of the Suchet Trace Hindu School, where he worked until 2014. In 2014, he was appointed principal at our school, the Caroni Hindu School. He is an executive member of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, vice principal of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha Principals Association. He is the chairman of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha Hindu Cub Scouts Association, a treasurer of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha National Sports Committee, chairman of the district management team, Caroni Education District, fraternity head of Fraternity A, Caroni Education District, vice chairman of the Indian Caribbean Museum, vice chair of the Council for Responsible Political Behavior, and committee member of the Indian Diaspora Council of Trinidad and Tobago. It is with great pleasure I introduce to you the principal of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ralph Peter, who will now present the principal's report.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, Ms. Trisha Ramjit, feature speaker, Ms. Parveen Duki, Lakshmi Girls Hindu College National Scholarship winner 2017, and former student of the Caroni Hindu School, virtual representative of the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 1, Caroni Education District, Ms. Jeanette Solomon, virtual representative of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Secretary General Sri Vijay Maharaj, manager of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, virtually Mr. Ramesh Biharilal, all members of staff, both virtually and physically, Caroni Hindu technical crew, listening and viewing audience worldwide, parents, graduates, Sitaram. The day is finally here, where we can celebrate the successes and perseverance of our students of class 2021. These students, in our view, had the greatest challenge with the impact of COVID-19. Considering the trauma that these children went through, the staff at Caroni Hindu thought it only befitting that this ceremony be held as we did with the last class. Taking into consideration the health protocols, this ceremony was carefully crafted to bring out a sense of fulfillment for our dear students. Arrangements were made to have photos taken on a phased basis, strictly adhering to the health protocols. Many segments were pre-recorded, even the valedictory speech. Sincere thanks to the teachers, parents, pupils, and stakeholders for their cooperation. The Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School has earned and maintained its position as one of the leading educational institutions in the Caroni Educational District and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. Our school is a shining example of an institution that ensures that the delivery of the curriculum is designed to cater to the needs of our students, and now, more than ever, and may I add, in keeping with the present times. The genesis of Caroni Hindu School came about as a result of the dedication, commitment, and vision of those principals and teachers who would have charted the way forward. Today, we are enjoying the fruits of their labor. In keeping with our Hindu tradition, the present staff forges ahead to ensure continuity and build on the platform created by those before us. May Bhagwan shower choicest blessings on our predecessors. Due to the high demand for places at this institution, the school population has been over 500 for the last 10 years. The demand for places and the recent numerous requests for transfers in are a clear indication of the success rate of this institution. It is our hope that in the near future, a vice principal will be assigned together with the relevant heads of departments. In keeping with our school's motto, knowledge is power, every opportunity is taken to ensure that our pupils and teachers are exposed to strategies for enhanced teaching and learning. We continue to perform well in the academics, and our SEA results reflect this. Technology plays a major role in education as we strive to embrace every opportunity for enhanced learning. The staff has taken up the challenge to embrace virtual classes, update themselves in the use of technology, and they have adjusted remarkably in having synchronous classes. In addition to the live sessions, all classes maintain a Google Classroom for disseminating resources, enrichment exercises, homework, and all other classroom-related activities. Assessments are also available using Google Forms posted in the classroom. Internally, each level has a lead teacher. This teacher works with the other colleagues in the level, and they plan the scheme, daily plan, assessment, and address issues as they relate to that level. Generally, all classes at any level operate at the same pace and cover the same topics. Teachers are encouraged to use their personal touch in the delivery of the curriculum. Regular meetings are conducted within the levels, followed by leads meetings. Since September 2020, weekly virtual staff meetings are conducted to ensure all members of staff are on board with adequate support and guidance being given where needed. There are many structures in place to monitor the delivery of the curriculum, receiving feedback on the students' progress and concerns while virtual classes are taking place. Teachers complete a live activity report on a daily basis. Parents are given the opportunity to provide feedback directly to the principal via phone calls, WhatsApp messages, and email. The school has a dedicated WhatsApp number for communication to all parents. The onset of COVID-19 triggered the closing of all schools on the 13th of March 2020. Many families became stranded due to work and financial constraints resulting from the lockdown. At Caroni Hindu, we continue to have individual virtual class meetings at the beginning of each term, allowing for the communication amongst parents, teachers, and the principal. The Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha came to the rescue of many families as thousands of hampers were distributed and sourced with devices throughout the country. It is with great pride that I extend congratulations to our Secretary General, Sri Vijay Maharaj, for his effort and persistence in ensuring that our students were well equipped to continue accessing schooling. I take the opportunity, sir, to express sincere thanks to you for your continued support and guidance from both myself and the staff. May the blessings of Bhagwan be with you always. I must extend, on behalf of my staff and myself as well, our heartfelt thanks to the supervisory team at the Caroni Education District and the Ministry of Education for their continued support and guidance. Parents were the recipients of over 100 devices from the Ministry of Education as well. Through the effort of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, the Ministry of Education, and stakeholders, 95% of our students are on the synchronous roll. I must thank Pandit Harish and family of the Caroni Hindu Mandir, Pandit Navin Maharaj and family of the Sitaram Mandir, and Mr. Ramesh Biharilal, our schools manager, for their commitment in ensuring the progress of this wonderful institution. Cleanliness is said to be next to godliness. Recognition must be given to members of the ancillary staff for their concerted effort made in ensuring hygienic and safe environment for our pupils and staff. The school is always, since 13th of March 2020, in a state of readiness for physical opening. As outlined in the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, we believe in the supremacy of God, and in so doing, and in keeping with the purpose of the denominational boards, we embrace every opportunity to put Bhagwan first. We continue to have our virtual assembly and Hawan every week. A teacher is carded for Hawan each week. A link is shared with each member of staff, who then shares it on their online classes, thereby allowing the entire school to participate. This allows me as well to address all students every single Friday morning. All other religious observances were celebrated during the period and streamed to our students. Lakshmi Puja, Kartik Puja, Saraswati Jayanti, Shivratri, Ram Navami, Hanuman Jayanti, Krishna Janamashtami, just to name a few. Ganesh Utsav has been celebrated for the last 4 years and is a major activity at Caroni Hindu School. Termly Satsang continues to be on the agenda, with all adjustments being made to facilitate based on the Ministry of Health protocols. We have had the pleasure and blessings as Pandit Harish Maharaj officiated in November 2020, followed by the Dharmacharya, His Holiness Pandit Dr. Rampasad Parasram, in March 2021. Special thanks must be conveyed to the security officers as well for their dedication and commitment in the provision of security for all personnel at school and also on the premises. To the parents of the graduates, our scriptures identify you as the first guru. Your children look up to you as their mentor. They develop most of your characteristics, and as a result, it is important to set the right example. Now more than ever, they need you. COVID-19 has brought about a lot of negativity, fear, worry, but it has also brought about quite a lot of positive changes in the lives of persons, and very simple things that we would have taken for granted over the years. Simple things like washing hands. But what is very, very interesting is the ability to line up to get something. And what is very interesting as well, and I want to commend those parents, is the manner in which they drop off their children on a morning and pick them up and maintain all the protocols. And these are things that would have never happened before. So there are a lot of positives that came out of COVID. Some of the things, as we Hindus, we were told not to drink from the wares or the cup or the bottle that other persons drink from. And many times we question why. COVID would have taught us to be very careful and mindful about those things as well. We no longer push and shove. And we realize as well that coming out of COVID, that the impact of COVID on your lives lead directly between you and your own God in terms of what happens. COVID has no respect for your position, your wealth, whatever you would have acquired, who you know, the friends that you have. It is something that we all need to seek shelter behind Bhagwan, and that's one of the things that Caroni Hindu always endorse and create the opportunities so that your children would have had those. My dear children, our theme today is taken from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 3. A person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. Many times, we shudder to do things that we feel we cannot do, and we do not make the effort to just try. Caroni Hindu has provided the foundation for you to survive. Today signifies the continuation of a lifelong journey into the realm and pursuit of academia. You will encounter many, many obstacles, and you would have encountered and overcome one of the major obstacles that you could face that no one else had to face, and that's COVID. But with the knowledge, skills, morals, values that you would have been exposed to at Caroni Hindu School, I am certain that you will continue to overcome these obstacles. The graduating class 2021 has certainly made your school proud, as you stood resilient with your parents in ensuring that you completed your course of study, and your effort will be etched in the history of Caroni Hindu. You are the first, and may very well be the only group of students who were out of school for almost 4 terms and came in one day physically to sit an exam. And you did a remarkable job. We would have experienced where the marks on the higher end may have very well been higher than all the marks that we would have seen before. And that came about as a result of the dedication of you, the children, your parents, and your teachers as well. And I'm very, very proud of the effort that you would have made. Children, you should know that your moms and dads are very proud of you today. Today is a very, very important day for you and for them as well. They must be very, very pleased with you. And I think that today you have the opportunity to sit right next to them and be with them as you are part of this graduation ceremony. And I ask you at this time to give them a nice big hug and tell them thank you very much for all that they would have done. And I would imagine that you, the parents, would hug them and tell them that you love them as well. I use the opportunity to tell them that I love them every single week. Remember, children, that we love you dearly, and pray that Bhagwan guides and protects each and every one of you at all times. I thank you. Sitaram.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful address. At this time, we will now have virtual greetings from the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 1, the Caroni Education District, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon, the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Secretary General, Sri Vijay Maharaj, followed by greetings from the school's manager, Mr. Ramesh Biharilal.
The principal and staff, parents, specially invited guests, and graduates. It is my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the Caroni Education District and by extension the Ministry of Education. We are in unprecedented times, but yet life goes on. You have weathered the storm and arrived at this point where you are ready to move on to the next stage of your life. Your teachers have worked hard to ensure that you receive the best possible chance at success, and for this we must celebrate them. Your parents became your teachers for the 2 years that you were at home, and I said to them, hats off to you for a job well done. Graduates, we do not know what the future holds with respect to this pandemic, but your beliefs and your faith in God, whatever your religion, is enough to help you to survive this. As you move on, keep your God at the forefront of your mind and the lessons you learned from your parents and the teachers alongside of it, and believe that all things are possible. Again, I say to you on behalf of the Caroni Education District and the Ministry of Education, congratulations and God bless.
Esteemed Principal of the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ralph Peters, members of staff, feature speaker, Ms. Parveen Dukhi, National Scholarship winner, parents, grandparents, and graduating class 2022, Sitaram. My role here today is simply to bring greetings as the manager of the school to the graduating class of 2022. First and foremost, I wish to extend a hearty congratulations to each and every student here today, as well as your respective parents, grandparents, guardians, and well-wishers. Despite the challenges of COVID-19, of having to endure the pressures of virtual school and technological difficulties, while at the same time preparing and studying for your classes and exams, you all have risen to the challenge and were able to overcome all that was thrown your way. With the care, guidance, and support of your parents, teachers, and principals, each and every one of you are here today to celebrate your great achievement and success. As the future leaders of tomorrow, it's important to understand what your role and responsibilities entail. You'll be required to build upon the strong and stable foundation laid here at Caroni Hindu School. The time you spent here has equipped each and every one of you with the right balance of academics, social, religious, and cultural experiences and exposure to become well-rounded future doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, educators, pundits, and leaders that will make this world a better place. To the parents, grandparents, guardians, and well-wishers, I speak to you directly. The road ahead of your child's life may not always be an easy one, but I can guarantee you, with your continued and unconditional support, love, and dedication, your children will shine brightly and accomplish all of their dreams, goals, and aspirations. Each of them will rely on your strength, love, warmth, and encouragement when the world becomes cold and tough. but by reassuring them of the greatness that lies within them and your faith in their potential, they will overcome each and every possible and obstacle and surpass any challenge they may encounter. You must never forget the critical and crucial roles you all play in their lives now and forever. Having 3 daughters of my own, a teacher, a lawyer, and the last who is not only a chartered accountant by profession, but was also a national scholarship winner, all 3 of them attended Caroni Hindu School. I can attest to the kind of foundation laid at this school. Your children will be well-rounded and able to function in any environment or institution, whether at high school, university, locally or abroad, or wherever they may decide to go. What Caroni Hindu School has taught students at a young age is to put the Almighty first, and the world comes after. With God at the center of your child's life, any and everything becomes possible and attainable. Finally, I wish to thank the principal, members of staff for their hard work and continuous dedication towards their students. And specifically to the graduating class, congratulations once again. According to the Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 verse 3, and the theme for the graduation, a person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. So believe you can, and you are halfway there. And as Winston Churchill once said, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Thank you, and Sitaram to all.
Congratulations, graduates. Boys, girls, parents, celebrate. Since the day you entered primary school, you have been waiting, preparing for the writing of your final exams. No more pens, pencils, primary books. No more angry teachers, upset, angry, with dirty looks. Don't talk what you're going to do. Be the action and do it. We worry about what our children, these graduates, will become tomorrow. But we sometimes forget that he or she is someone today. The theme of your graduation is a person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. Belief is a state of mind. Your feeling that you are going to be successful in the pursuit of your dreams, your ambitions, whatever you wish to call it, the self-determination to succeed. Parents, grandparents, elder siblings, and other family members, the coronavirus affected us all. But with the assistance of prayers, pujas, and devotions to God, these children will be successful in their endeavors. Hard work always brings success. Faith in being successful is a mindset. Graduates have spent endless hours, days, months, years in Caroni Hindu School. You are more than ready to enter the next phase of your journey. Celebration of your success is yours to enjoy. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bhagwan's blessings, Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon, Mr. Ramesh Biharilal, and Sri Vijay Maharaj for honoring us with those much appreciated greetings. At this time, we move to the distribution of the certificates and tokens. These certificates and tokens are integral, as they will serve as a reminder of all the memories, experience, and the knowledge learned during your stay at the Caroni Hindu School. I would like to welcome Mrs. Radha Babulal Basdev, Mr. Rajesh Ramratan, Mrs. Kamla Tota Maharaj, Mrs. Sonia Baldev Go, and Ms. Geeta Maharaj to take you through these proceedings. As they make their way, I would like to give thanks to the following for their generous contributions towards the certificates and tokens awarded here today. To Lakshman Maharaj and Sons Company Limited, Mrs. Lakshman Ramganesh Peter, Luxam Industries Limited, VS Fun Decals, Palatable Pleasures, and the Study Center, a very special thank you.
Rebecca Abdul, Vinayak Ajoda, Ansar Ali, John Balkaran Singh, Brittany Balrup, Nathan Basant, Aliyah Bihari, Ajay Bhagarati, John V. Bagwandin, Priya Budu, Nikhil Budram, Adrian Bota, Ethan Chu.
Zachariah David Chuni, Alyssa Daniel, Dinesh Deonarain, Vishal Dev Singh, Antonio Gangabisun, Zavi Gaya Singh, Shivraj Hargobin, Sadhana Jaikaran, Kira Jokan, Mishti Manu, Avinash Maraj, Kavesh Maraj.
Akirian Maraj, Kiran Mohammed, Kimberly Mangal, Chelsea Parawan, Samantha Raghuvar, Sadira Raghunanan Singh, Jaden Raghunath, Josiah Raghunath, Shashti Raghunath, Lana Ramanan, Kabir Ramdas, Adrian Ramadar.
Shalini Ramhit, Nina Ramnath, Angelina Rampasad, Nairan Rampasad, Ravinash Rampasad, Vivek Rampasad, Nathan Richards, Kyra Rupnarain, Aditya Sam, Alexis Sampat, Zachariah Sivarat,
Shania Prasad Singh, Ambika Sitahal, Kishan Singh, Karina Sudin, Nicholas Sukai, Jaden Suku, Archie Sosan, Caitlin Williams, and Kyla Williams. Thank you.
Thank you very much, teachers. Because of our determination to ensure that this function was organized before the end of the current term, as well as complications which arose because of COVID-19, it was unfortunately unavoidable that some pupils were not available for their photographs to be taken. These students include Shana Antwine, Andrew Bechu, Shanella Cummins, Anderson Dennis, Brandon Maharaj, Yashvi Mishra, Fardeen Pasad, Andrea Rambachan, Celine Ramdeen, Aidan Ramkilawan, Ethan Rosan, Analdo Sigulam, Mukesh Singh, and Revati Singh. All the children at the Caroni Hindu School are hardworking and intelligent individuals. However, in every class, there are a few that performs above the rest. As such, I would like to invite Ms. Rajwati Maharaj, Mrs. Vashti Duki, Mr. Kumar Bagwandin, Mr. Kevin Ramjit, Mr. Ralph Peter, and Mr. Sunil Lochan Oja Maharaj to acknowledge and present these special awards to recognize the great and exceptional performance displayed.
Category of Academic Excellence, the late Pandit Krishna Maharaj Award goes to Vishal Dev Singh. The late Pandit Krishna Maharaj Award goes to Aditya Sam, and Mr. Ramesh Biharilal Award goes to Adrian Bota. In the category of All-Round, the late Mr. Chaitram Bhagwandin Award, Janavi Bhagwandin, Dr. Majid Khan and Charlene Ramnanan Award, Sidira Raghunanan Singh, ISH Technologies Solutions Award, Zachariah Zaved Chuni.
Category of Teacher's Choice, Kavesh Maharaj, Vivek Rampasad, and Alyssa Daniel. Category of Most Improved, Antonio Ganga Bisoon, Alexis Sampat, Nina S. Ramnath.
In the category of Most Disciplined, Angelina Rampasad, Aliyah Bihari, Rebecca Abdul.
The Mr. Kevin Ramjit Award for Culture, Shashti Raghunath, Sadhna Jaikaran. The Vinayak Maharaj Award for Culture goes to Shashti Raghunath, and the Ms. Riya Maharaj Award for Culture goes to Ms. Karina Sudin.
Special award sport category, the Gopi Farms Tire and Construction Limited Award for sport goes to Ravinash Rampasad. And the Mr. Kevin Ramjit Award for sports goes to Shranaya Sipasad. In the absence of a photo for the next athlete, Celine Ramdeen, the Mrs. Chandra Bhagwandin Award for sport goes to Celine Ramdeen.
The Principal's Award would have gone to Angelina Mahadev for the year 2020, topping the SCA in our school, and similarly Aditya Sam for 2021, topping the school in the year 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, teachers. In every class, there is someone who surpasses all, demonstrating a high degree of excellence in all aspects, and will no doubt continue to excel. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you not only one, but three diligent and exceptional valedictorians of the graduating class of 2021. Aditya Sam from Ms. Rajwati's class, Adrian Bhuta, Ms. Vashti's class, and Vishal Dev Singh from Mr. Kumar's class.
Yesterday is but a dream, tomorrow is but a vision, but today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well therefore to this day. As it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 3, a person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. Featured speaker, Ms. Parveen Duki. Representative of the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 2 of the Caroni Education District, Mr. Lakshmana Sharma. Secretary General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Shri Vijay Maharaj. Schools Manager, Mr. Ramesh Biharilal. Principal of the Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ralph Peter. Teaching and auxiliary staff of Caroni Hindu School. Parents. Graduates of Caroni Hindu School, Class of 21. Sitaram and a post-pleasant good afternoon. It is a great honor for us to stand before you today, having been chosen as valedictorian for the graduating class of 2021. As I think of the graduating class of 2021, I cannot help but reflect on the day we all entered this noble institution 7 years ago. Fear gripping most of us, fear of the unknown, for we knew not what is waiting inside these buildings for us. Little did we know that the best 7-year journey of our lives was about to begin. At times the journey was like a roller coaster. However, along the way, we learned the art of prayer. This daily exercise, together with our weekly Hawan, helped us to relax and to keep focused with a disciplined mind. Lo and behold, soon there was no fear. We made new friends, had fun, engaged in extracurricular activities, and worked diligently through the years. As we are aware, without time off work, a person becomes both bored and boring. Here at the Pandit Krishna Maharaj Caroni School, this is certainly not the case. Every year we look forward to our Spagba celebrations, arming ourselves with various packs of colored powder and heading to our savannah for loads of fun. How exciting it was to cover our friends, teachers, and even our principal in this multitude of colors. Ramlila at our school was certainly something to look forward to. Enacting the story of Sri Ram from the Holy Ramayana and portraying the different roles was certainly a delight. Practicing our lines and rehearsing our parts were a joy for us kids, resulting in a grand display on the stage. Bal Vikas was another part of our schooling that we should never forget. Many of us participated in the various categories and were proud to bring victory to our beloved school. Although for the past 2 years we were unable to participate in the various festivals, the memories of the years gone by will certainly remain with us. As we continue to remember all the wonderful memories made here, we certainly cannot forget our exciting Scouts activities and field trips, participating in the SCMS school sports, our Turnista songs, and other religious observances and practices. Amongst all the fun and enjoyment at school, time moved swiftly, and once again we were taken our place of fear, as we were now faced with the SE examinations. But this was just not going to be SE exams, this was SE in a pandemic. Adjustments were made to the exams, and as such it was online. At times it was very difficult, and numerous times you were reminded of the importance of working extremely hard. The last leg of this relay was certainly not the easy one, as there were many hurdles to be conquered.
We struggled along the rough and bumpy tracks, no shortcuts to be taken, and lots of sacrifices to be made. The days of come off the computer, tablet, or phone, switch to hurry up and log on to class. Living rooms, kitchens, and bedrooms and porches were now converted to classrooms. At times, the pressure was too much, but through the guidance of our superb principal and most dedicated teachers, we did not explode, but rather were guided masterfully towards facing the exam with great confidence. Today, we can proudly say that we conquered our fears on the exams. Now, as we look back through the sweat, tears, long days and nights, we breathe a sigh of relief. All the more of that hard work certainly brings great rewards. My friends, my advice to you is that diligence and perseverance outweighs chance and luck any day. The academic and spiritual lessons learned at the school will certainly groom and guide us on a successful path. At this juncture, it would be remiss of me if I did not express my sincerest thanks to first and foremost to Bhagwan for all his blessings in bringing us to where we are today. Our humble thanks and appreciation goes out to the Secretary General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Sri Vijay Maharaj, and also the late Secretary General, Sri Satnarayan Maharaj, for the opportunity they afforded us to study at this institution. With clasped hands, we bow to you and express our thanks for helping us achieve our dreams. Thanks must also go to the Ministry of Education for the role they play in ensuring the smooth running of the school. To our dear and esteemed principal, Mr. Ralph Peter, words can express our love and gratitude to you, sir. We thank you for all the support and all the teachings you have left with us, from your daily messages that inspired us to work hard to the simple way which you interacted and greeted us. We shall forever be grateful. We shall certainly make you proud, sir, as we continue through the journey of life. We were certainly blessed with the most hardworking and dedicated teachers, both past and present, at this wonderful school. Teachers who went beyond the call of duty to ensure that our quest for knowledge was ever satisfied. They were our parents away from home and certainly made the daily hours at Caroni Hindu School go quickly by. More so, in these pandemic times, you were our frontline essential workers and we salute you. I ask all my classmates and graduating friends to stand wherever you are and applaud our wonderful principal and hard-working teachers.
We must give our accolades to the auxiliary staff, Auntie Mala, Auntie Vishma, Mr. Maiku, as well as the cafeteria staff and the security guards who did an astounding job in seeing to our needs and keeping a clean and safe environment. I know I will surely miss the delicious lunches and hot pillory that were available at the cafeteria. Thanks must also be given to Miss Crystal from the office and all assistants past and present who were all very pleasant and helpful towards us all. The time has come for me to speak about the most important people in our lives. I speak of no one other than our parents, the ones who have been with us since birth. None of us would have been here had it not been for you. Words cannot express our gratitude and love for you. You stood with us, encouraged us, provided us with basic needs, and most importantly gave us unconditional love. There is no yardstick that can measure the love we feel for you, and we know that the love is reciprocated. To you, the graduating class, I want you to remember that no matter how old you get, no one can love you more than your parents. We may not always see eye to eye with them, but we must never ever disrespect them. Communicate with them, and you will certainly feel better. As Dr. Seuss said, and I quote, "Be who you are and say what you feel. For those who mind don't matter, but those who matter don't mind." In conclusion, my wish for you all is that life becomes all that you want it to be, for the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. In my favorite book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Professor Dumbledore spoke these words to Harry, and I quote, "It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." My friends, I say to you, make the right choices and never stop dreaming. Remember, a person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. Verse 3 of the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Congratulations, Caroni Hindu School Class of 2021. Sitaram, and thank you.
Thank you, valedictorians. It is with great pleasure I introduce to you our featured speaker for this afternoon, Ms. Parveen Duki. Parveen Duki is the daughter of Mr. Kemraj and Mrs. Vashti Duki, who is a member of staff right here at the Caroni Hindu School. She attended the Caroni Hindu School from the year 2006 to 2010. Parveen wrote her secondary entrance assessment examination in 2010 and came in the top 100. She attended the Lakshmi Girls Hindu College from 2010 to 2017. Parveen wrote the CSEC and CAPE examinations and attained a national scholarship. She also placed third on the merit list for Caribbean Studies. She then attended the University of West Indies from 2017 to 2020, where she pursued her Bachelor's of Science in Chemical and Process Engineering. She graduated in 2020 with upper second-class honors. In 2020, Parveen started working at the Ministry of Energy until 2021 and is awaiting another contract to resume work. Presently, she is one of the youngest self-defense instructors in Krav Maga Global, where she began training at the age of 11, just after completing her secondary entrance assessment. It is with great pleasure I introduce our featured speaker, Ms. Parveen Duki.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson, for your warm introduction. Virtual representative of the Ministry of Education, School Supervisor 1, Caroni Education District, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon. Virtual representative of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Secretary General, Sri Vijay Maharaj. Virtual representative manager at Caroni Hindu School, Mr. Ramesh Biharilal. Respected principal, Mr. Ralph Peter, and all other members of staff of the Caroni Hindu School. Graduates, parents, the listening and viewing audience, Sitaram, and a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I am honored to have been invited to give an address on this very special occasion. It is indeed a memorable day for you, the graduates, your proud parents, and the very hardworking principal and staff of Caroni Hindu School. May I take this opportunity to firstly congratulate the graduating class of 2021 on this great accomplishment. The road to graduation is certainly not an easy one, but all of you here today have been victorious in overcoming all obstacles in your path, especially relating to this new experience of online teaching and learning, and being able to achieve your goals. Secondly, I would like to congratulate you, the parents, for you are now harvesting the fruit of your hard work and sacrifices. You have played a major role in molding your children from their birth until this very moment. Last but not least, I would like to congratulate the very dedicated and hardworking principal and teachers of the Caroni Hindu School. Your dedication to teaching and guiding these children have ultimately led to their success today, again through an unprecedented shift in education this past 2 years. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Parveen Duki and I was a student of the Caroni Hindu School until 2010 when I wrote the SEA examination and passed for Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. Even though I graduated from Caroni Hindu almost 12 years ago, the memories and relationships I have built here will always remain. 12 years ago, I stood before my fellow graduates as a valedictorian as we reminisced the moments we spent together and wondered what the future held. Just like all of you, we were curious, excited, and maybe a little bit scared. You all have already started high school, and as you would know by now, it is definitely a new and different experience. You have met new people, made new friends, have new teachers, and are doing new subjects. The workload would certainly be more, and you will face some challenges. But if you put the time and effort in, you will be able to overcome all of these challenges with ease. My advice would be to be proactive. Don't wait for your parents or teachers to tell you to start your assignments or to start studying for your exams. You take the initiative. Plan and write down everything that you have to do and start working on it early. Don't wait for everything to pile up and then it becomes too much to handle. My other piece of advice would be to figure out what method of studying works for you, whether it be reading and listening, the use of flashcards, or visual learning. Everyone learns differently, and so it's important that you know and understand which method works best for you. But as much as studying is a priority, it shouldn't be your only priority. You should have a balance in life. You should have hobbies or take part in extracurricular activities. Did you know that extracurricular activities can actually help improve your grades? Participating in activities that you are passionate about can increase your brain function, help you concentrate and manage your time better, all of which contribute to higher grades. Taking part in extracurricular activities will also give you better opportunities when applying to university, as it will show you to be a very well-rounded individual. But besides that, they give you something fun to do, aside from school and studying. It gives you an opportunity to explore your passions and to discover things you may be interested in beyond academics. This can be things like sports, music, or even learning a foreign language. Speaking from personal experience, throughout high school, I took part in many extracurricular activities, both in and outside of the school. One of those activities I still take part in up to this day, and it has become a huge part of my life. It has definitely helped make me into the individual that I am today. And so my advice to you would be to find something that you are passionate about. You never know where it can lead you one day. At this point in your life, you will start thinking about what you want to become in life. You will have many dreams and aspirations about your future. So, I want to share with you the 7 steps to achieving your dreams. The first step is to dream it. Everything begins in the heart and mind of a person. You should dare to think of the possibilities that lie ahead of you. There are no small or big dreams. Albert Einstein once said, "Your imagination is more powerful than your intellect." This is also reflected in your graduation theme. A person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. The second step is to believe it. You should always dream big, but your dreams should be something that is also believable and achievable. For example, a poor man dreaming of building a business empire. This is big, but not impossible. A bad example would be an old man with arthritis dreaming of running a 10K marathon in less than 3 minutes. That would be quite unlikely to happen, right? The third step is to see it. Great achievers have a habit of seeing things. They picture themselves living their dreams. All of this grooms the mind to control the body to carry out the dream. The fourth step is to tell it. A reason so many dreams never go anywhere is because the dreamer keeps it all to himself. It is a dream that only lives inside of his mind. The one who wants to achieve their dream should tell that dream to many people. As we continue to say it, the more we begin to believe it. If we are talking about it, then it must be possible. It also holds us accountable. When we tell others about our dreams, we are more encouraged to try to achieve it. The fifth step is to plan it. Every dream must take the form of a plan. Your dream won't just happen. You need to sit down on a regular basis and plan out your strategy for achieving your dream. Think through all of the details. Break the whole plan down to small workable parts. Then set a time frame for accomplishing each task on your dream plan. The sixth step is to work on it. Wouldn't life just be great if all of our dreams could magically come true? Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, right? The only way to achieve any dream or goal is to work for it. There's a saying that Rome wasn't built in a day. If you work on it each day, eventually you will achieve your dream. And the final step is to enjoy it. When you have reached your goal and you are living your dream, be sure to enjoy it. In fact, you shouldn't only enjoy the destination, but enjoy the journey there. Reward yourself along the way and give yourself a huge reward when you finally get there. So remember, to achieve your dreams and goals, you must dream it, believe it, see it, tell it, plan it, work on it, and finally, enjoy it. In closing, I would like to leave you with a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 5. Udharer atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hi atmano bandhur atmaiva rapuratmanaha, which says, elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self. It basically means that you are responsible for your own actions. Your success and prosperity depends on how, when, and what you do, and which path you choose to follow in life. With that, I leave you, wishing you all the best in the future. I do hope all your dreams come true. Once again, congratulations. Thank you, and Sitaram.
Thank you, Ms. Parveen, for those inspirational words. Please accept on behalf of the principal, staff, and graduating class a token of our appreciation. I now invite to the podium our dear principal, Mr. Ralph Peter, to introduce the members of staff of the Caroni Hindu School.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. Before I do so, I would just ask your indulgence to comment a little bit about the Caroni Hindu family. I must commend the present members of the Caroni Hindu family for their unwavering support in our continued quest for excellence. Every single member of this family goes way beyond the call of duty to ensure that our students get the best. All activities of the school see our teachers taking an active role in ensuring the success of the event. I stand very pleased with the effort of all staff members, and like I always say, the members of staff at the Caroni Hindu School are one of the most dedicated and committed group of individuals that anyone could wish for. Today, I wish to express sincerest thanks to the families of the staff members for the sacrifices they make in sharing their loved ones to provide for the pupils and community of Caroni. Before introducing members of the Caroni Hindu family, please allow me to thank my wife Lakshman for her support, understanding, and continued encouragement. At this time, I take the opportunity to do the introductions. So our principal, Mr. Ralph Peter, senior teacher, Mrs. Vintra Maharaj, first year teachers, Mrs. Radha Babulal Basdev, Mrs. Kamika Mahadev, Mrs. Uma Mahabal, Ms. Akisha Ganes. Second year teachers, Ms. Vintra Maharaj, Ms. Geeta Maharaj, Mrs. Bedmati Chikari. Standard 1 teachers, Mrs. Meera Ramdas, Mr. Curtis Ramjit Singh, Mrs. Sureka Chandler. Standard 2 teachers, Mrs. Rajwati Maharaj, Mrs. Sonia Baldev, Mr. Lochan Sunil Oja Maharaj. Standard 3 teachers, Mr. Rishi Ramdas, Mr. Kevin Ramjit, Mr. Hemant Naraindat. Standard 4 teachers, Mrs. Vashti Devanarayan Dukhi, Mr. Kumar Bagwandin, Mrs. Kamla Tota Maharaj. Standard 5 teachers, Mr. Rajesh Ramratan, Ms. Cindy Rambaran, Ms. Trisha Ramjit. Our business operations assistant, Ms. Crystal Ramota. On the job trainees, Ms. Kelsey Bajan, Ms. Meenakshi Jonas, Ms. Alini Ramsamaru. Our custodians, Mrs. Mala Ramchand, Mrs. Vishma Mak. Security officers, Mr. Kedar Maiku, Mr. Ravi Prasad, and Mr. Elijah Martin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Peter has in the past and continues to give of his invaluable time to this institution. We recognize that this is a sacrifice from not only him, but also his wife, Mrs. Lachmin Ramganesh Peter. With this in mind, I will invite Sir to receive on her behalf this small token. As we draw closer to the end of our ceremony, I would like to call upon our dynamic and elegant senior teacher, Ms. Vintra Maharaj, to deliver the vote of thanks for today's proceedings.
Sitaram, Namaskar, and a pleasant good evening to all. We have reached almost to the end of our much-awaited graduation ceremony for our students of the class of 2021. And it is very necessary that we say dhanyavad or thank you to all those who have helped and ensured that it unfolded successfully. I would like to thank our featured speaker, Ms. Parveen Dukhi, for taking the time to attend and impart her very inspirational words of wisdom and advice to all our graduates. Thank you very much, Parveen. To our dear Secretary General of our great organization, the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Mr. Vijay Maharaj, Mrs. Jeanette Solomon, School Supervisor 1 of the Caroni Education District, and Mr. Ramesh Biharilal, manager of our school, heartfelt thanks to you all for your kind, inspirational greetings conveyed to our pupils. I would also like to express heartfelt gratitude to all the very kind persons, parents, well-wishers, and their families for their donations, contributions, and sponsorship towards the special awards, tokens, and certificates for our graduates. Thank you so very much, and may Bhagwan continue to shower you and your families with his choicest blessings. I must say that an event like this cannot happen overnight. It required a lot of planning and a bird's eye view for details. And we have been extremely fortunate to be blessed and backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated members of staff, starting at our dear principal, Mr. Ralph Peter, who fulfilled a promise to have a graduation ceremony for our students, and also the members of the graduation committee who came together and shared their very innovative ideas on how to make this function a resounding success. Thank you so much for your dedication to our students and school, and may Bhagwan always bless and protect you. To our principal, Mr. Kevin Ramjit, one of our standard 3 teachers, and Mrs. Radha Babulal Basdev, one of our Infant 1 teacher, who were instrumental in putting together all of the very innovative techno slides that you saw today. Thank you so much for an exceptional job. Many, many thanks to Mr. Ricky Ramcharan, a very talented and hardworking photographer, for making the time to come in on an evening to take the beautiful photos of our graduates and for designing and printing their certificates. To the Standard 5 teachers of 2021, Ms. Rajwati Maharaj, Mrs. Vashti Duki, and Mr. Kumar Bagwandin, heartfelt thanks to you all for ensuring that all students were able to be a part of their graduation, for assisting with the training of the 3 chosen class valedictorians, and for doing all the necessary shopping for this event. To our chairman, Ms. Trisha, thank you so much for accepting the role and doing it most eloquently. To Mr. Kumar for the awesome decorations for the backdrop and stage layout, thank you again, sir, for a beautiful job. To Mr. Kevin and Mr. Rajesh, many, many thanks for the help with the PA system and audio visuals, an excellent job as usual. And last, but by no means least, thank you very much, Pandit Sunil Oja Maharaj, for calling upon the blessings of Bhagwan at the beginning and end of today's proceedings. If I have forgotten to mention anyone for their contribution and help towards this function, please forgive me, for it was not intentionally done. And I wish you all a blessed evening as I hand you over once again to our chairman. Sitaram, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Vinchra Maharaj. As I bring my part of this afternoon's proceedings to an end, I wish to draw the attention of our graduates to the theme chosen for today's ceremony. A person is made by their belief. As they believe, so they are. Taken from the golden pages of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 3. Remember to seize control of your thoughts and beliefs as you move ahead in life. This will ensure that you stay on the path of success and righteousness at the same time. Thank you for your indulgence and do have a blessed evening. In everything that we do, we often seek the blessings and say thanks to the Supreme Lord. As such, I would like to invite to the podium the very humble Pandit Lochan Sunil Oja Maharaj to lead us in a closing prayer.
Sitaram, everyone. Let us clasp our hands as we close with a prayer. Om असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ॐ तत्सत्